A vast majority of our senior citizens are no longer paying taxes on their Social Security benefits, as you promised in your campaign and as you delivered for the American people.
That's a big factor, isn't it? Huh?
Yes, sir.
That's great. I think they're very happy about it, too. They're very happy about a lot of things. Good job, Frank.
Thank you, sir.
And Frank has brought with him some of the most talented people in business. And
Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here with me today. You know, I woke up this morning and saw some news that made me nearly spill my coffee. And I thought, I need to share this with my community right away, because this could affect millions of seniors across America. President Trump just announced something that could put real money back in the pockets of our seniors. We're talking about eliminating taxes on Social Security benefits entirely. Now, before you get too excited or too skeptical, let's dive into what this actually means for you and your family. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's talk about this together. All right, let's start with the facts. During a recent campaign event, President Trump announced his plan to completely eliminate federal taxes on Social Security benefits. Now, this isn't just a small tax break we're talking about. This is a complete elimination of federal taxes on these benefits. Let me put this in perspective for you. Right now, depending on your income, you might be paying federal taxes on up to 85% of your Social Security benefits. Yes, you heard that right. 85%. That means if you're getting $2,000 a month in Social Security, you could be paying taxes on $1,700 of that money. Here's how Social Security taxes work right now. And trust me, I'm going to make this as simple as possible, because tax code can be confusing. If you're single and your combined income is between $25,000 and $34,000, you pay taxes on up to 50% of your Social Security benefits. If your income is above $34,000, you could pay taxes on up to 85% of your benefits. For married couples filing jointly, if your combined income is between $32,000 and $44,000, you pay taxes on up to 50% of your benefits. Above $44,000, you could be taxing up to 85%. Now, here's what's really important to understand. Your combined income isn't just your Social Security. It includes your adjusted gross income, any non-taxable interest, and half of your Social Security benefits. Let me give you a real example. Meet Sarah, a 68-year-old retiree. She gets $1,800 a month in Social Security. That's $21,600 a year. She also has a small pension that pays her $15,000 annually. Plus, she earns $2,000 in interest from her savings. Sarah's combined income would be $15,000 pension plus $2,000 interest plus $10,800, half her Social Security, equals $27,800. Since she's single and this falls between $25,000 and $34,000, Sarah pays federal taxes on up to 50% of her Social Security benefits. That means she's paying taxes on about $10,800 of her Social Security income. Under Trump's proposal, Sarah wouldn't pay any federal taxes on her Social Security benefits. Zero. None. That could save her hundreds or even thousands of dollars every year. Let's do some quick math. If Sarah is in the 12% tax bracket, she's currently paying about $1,296 per year in federal taxes just on her Social Security benefits. Under this new plan, that money stays in her pocket. Now multiply that by the 67 million Americans who receive Social Security benefits. We're talking about potentially billions of dollars staying with seniors instead of going to the federal government. Here's something interesting that not everyone knows. Social Security benefits weren't always taxed. When the program started back in 1935, these benefits were completely tax-free. It wasn't until 1983, nearly 50 years later, that Congress started taxing Social Security benefits for higher-income recipients. The idea back then was to only tax wealthy seniors. But here's the problem. Those income thresholds from 1983, they were never adjusted for inflation. So what was considered wealthy in 1983 is now pretty much middle class today. Think about it. $25,000 in 1983 had the same buying power as about $75,000 today. But we're still using those 1983 numbers to decide who pays taxes on Social Security. Let's look at a few different scenarios to see how this might impact real people. Tom is 72 and lives entirely on Social Security. He gets $1.200 a month. Right now, he doesn't pay taxes on his benefits because his income is too low. For Tom, this change wouldn't make a difference. Linda is 65 and gets $2.200 a month in Social Security, plus a $1,000 monthly pension. Right now, she pays taxes on 85% of her Social Security benefits. This change could save Linda about $2,000 per year in federal taxes. Robert is 70, gets maximum Social Security of about $3,500 per month, plus he has investment income of $30,000 annually. He currently pays taxes on 85% of his Social Security benefits. This change could save Robert about $4,000 per year. Now, I want to be completely honest with you about the challenges this proposal faces. First, this would need to pass through Congress. That's no small feat, and it would require bipartisan support. Second, there's the question of funding. The taxes on Social Security benefits currently bring in about $48 billion per year to the federal government. That money would need to come from somewhere else, or we'd need to cut spending by that amount. Some economists worry that removing these taxes could accelerate the depletion of the Social Security Trust Fund. Others argue that putting more money in seniors' pockets would boost the economy and create more jobs. I've been reading reports from various financial experts and policy analysts. The Tax Foundation estimates that this change would provide an average tax cut of about $550 per year for affected seniors. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget has raised concerns about the long-term fiscal impact. Some Social Security advocates love the idea because it would help seniors who are struggling with rising costs. Others worry it might make it harder to find solutions for Social Security's long-term funding challenges. Now, I want to hear from you. This is such an important topic, and I know many of you have strong feelings about it. Are you currently paying taxes on your Social Security benefits? How would eliminating these taxes impact your monthly budget? And here's the bigger question. Do you think Social Security benefits should be taxed at all? I know there are good arguments on both sides, and I'd love to hear your perspective. Drop a comment below and let's have a respectful conversation about this. Your experiences and insights help everyone in our community understand these issues better. While we're waiting to see what happens with this proposal, there are some things you can do to better understand your current situation and prepare for potential changes. Step 1. Calculate your current Social Security tax. Get out your most recent tax return and look at line 6B. This shows how much of your Social Security benefits were included in your taxable income. If you see a number there, you're paying taxes on your benefits. Step 2. Estimate your potential savings. Take that number from line 6B and multiply it by your marginal tax rate. If you're not sure what your tax rate is, most seniors fall into the 12% or 22% brackets. This will give you a rough idea of how much you could save. Step 3. Plan ahead. Even if this change doesn't happen, there are strategies you can use right now to potentially reduce taxes on your Social Security benefits. Consider managing your other income sources to stay below the threshold amounts I mentioned earlier. Let me share some strategies that can help you right now, regardless of what happens with this proposal. Roth IRA conversions. If you have traditional IRA money, consider converting some to a Roth IRA during lower income years. Yes, you'll pay taxes on the conversion, but future Roth withdrawals won't count toward your combined income for Social Security taxation. If you're not yet taking required minimum distributions, you might be able to time your IRA or 401k withdrawals to minimize the impact on your Social Security taxes. Some states don't tax Social Security benefits at all, while others do. If you're considering relocating in retirement, this could be a factor to consider. If you're eligible, HSAs offer triple tax benefits, and withdrawals for medical expenses don't count toward your combined income for Social Security purposes. This is a developing story, and things could change quickly in Washington. Here's how to stay on top of updates. I recommend following the Social Security Administration's official website, the IRS, and reputable financial news sources. Be careful about getting your news from social media. There's a lot of misinformation out there. If this change could significantly impact your taxes, consider talking to a tax professional or financial advisor. They can help you understand your specific situation and plan accordingly. Your voice matters in this process. If you have strong feelings about this proposal, consider reaching out to your senators and representatives. Let them know how this issue affects you personally. We don't know if this proposal will become law, so it's smart to prepare for different scenarios. Start thinking about what you do with the extra money. Would you pay down debt? Build up your emergency fund? Maybe finally take that trip you've been putting off? Having a plan will help you make the most of any tax savings. Don't despair. There are still ways to optimize your taxes and make the most of your retirement income. The strategies I mentioned earlier can still help you keep more of your money. Keep an eye on the legislative calendar. Major tax changes usually need to be passed by the end of the calendar year to take effect the following year. So if this is going to happen for 2024 taxes, we'd likely need to see action by December 2024. Also, remember that even if a law passes, it might not take effect immediately. Sometimes tax changes are phased in over several years. Whew! We covered a lot of ground today, didn't we? I know taxes and Social Security can feel overwhelming sometimes, but I hope I've helped break this down in a way that makes sense. The most important thing to remember is this: whether this proposal becomes law or not, you have options. You have the power to make informed decisions about your finances and your future. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. We're a community here, and we're all figuring this out together. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps other seniors find this information when they need it most. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss updates on topics that matter to your financial well-being. I've got some exciting content coming up next week. We're going to dive into Medicare open enrollment. Yes, I know it's everyone's favorite topic, but I promise to make it as painless as possible. Do you have questions about Social Security, Medicare, or retirement planning that you'd like me to cover in future videos? Drop them in the comments below. I read every single comment, and your questions often become the inspiration for my next videos. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Remember, your golden years should truly be golden. See you in the next video.